Hello, Quotables listeners. We are back with yet another episode of Quotables. This week, we will be covering the 1993 classic Jurassic Park. But before we get started, of course, let me introduce Ernie, my friend.
Hello, I am Ernie, and as always, I am joined by my co-host Lex. How are you today?
Good. Not so good now because you notice how I say friend and you just say co-host.
I know.
You said that last time and I was like, oh. I was like, I'll try it again.
You know what's funny is like once I get put on the spot for it, I always like I forget and I get like nervous. I go, co-host.
This is sex. I mean, like,
I want to have sex.
Okay. So yes, we were doing Jurassic Park, and Ernie hates this movie. No, I'm just kidding. No, he doesn't hate it.
No. So let me dive into it, man.
Dive deep.
Thank you. So no, I like this movie. I've always liked it a lot, but like when he suggested it to me, I'm like, oh yeah, we can. I'm not a big fan of it. Like I don't watch it consistently. I like this is the last time I saw it was like a few years ago, and it's a great movie, and I've always liked it. But well, let's get into it more. But I now watching it again, I was like, God, this is a great fucking movie.
And keep in mind, this fucker already had two shirts, and he's like, I didn't like this movie. He comes in his shirt, and he's like, oh, I got one for you. I've had it for years.
So I have a Jurassic Park shirt, and then I gave him a Jurassic Park
shirt. So he's a fan. He was a fan. So all along.
I like Jurassic Park.
Ernie finds a way. So let's go ahead and get started in this bad boy. We get this scary intro that always scared me as a kid, and still kind of does, with the guys transporting a mystery dino, which is revealed to be a Velociraptor.
Yeah.
So we get our intro to Moldon. I forgot his first name. They say it later, but he is the guy with the shotgun.
He's like, I want the tasers charged.
I want all charges, yeah. And then like, imagine being that little gatekeeper having to like do that. I would be scared shitless, dude.
Honestly, he's the only level. Honestly, thinking about it, he's the only level-headed person because he is the one that's warning them. Like this isn't
Moldon?
A guy. Yeah, Moldon.
Oh yeah.
He's like, this is like
the
dangerous.
whole time he's against it.
He's
always against it.
But they're like, no, we'll be fine.
Okay, we'll make money. But yeah, dude, that guy freaking the Raptor ends up hitting the cage. Guy falls, gets trapped, and fucking Moldon's like, shoot her!
Okay, I want to say something. So when I was a kid, my brothers used to show me this movie, and they always thought that he didn't say shoot her. They thought he would say chuta, which doesn't make sense.
What does that mean in Spanish?
Nothing. It doesn't mean anything.
No, okay, I was like,
that's what they would say, and I was like, I'm all. So for the longest,
is he native?
That's what I'm saying. So for the longest, we would say that, and then later on in my as I got older, I saw the subtitles as all shooter.
Oh my God! It's clear as day, bro.
Yeah, dude, I don't fight. They're dumb.
Keep in mind, there it is like this movie.
Yeah.
So the gatekeeper gets dragged by the raptor, dude, and the way they make his hand like get dragged in, that part always freaked the fuck out of me.
Yeah, dude, as a kid, it's a scary ass movie.
It's a scary scene, the whole movie too, yeah.
And it's a PG movie, but I think like when the movie came
the
out,
rating was different, like back in the 90s.
So it said parental guidance, and then in the bottom for this particular movie, it said like a lot of little scenes of they introduce something like so you would know that you can watch this movie. But you need to be warned that there's going to be some bad stuff.
Classic. Obviously, dinosaurs get scared. So then we get our intro to this pesky lawyer, who I thought was an inspector at first, but he's actually a lawyer. His name's Gennaro. Again, I forget his first name. I wrote it down later. He's riding into the amber mine and reveals that they have a lawsuit for that worker's family, which I don't think ever got resolved because we'll get into it later, but the lawyer switches sides real quick. And then that part when he's like walking with that Mexican, he's all pinche pendejo. He's all mad at him, and then he's like he's fucking lawyers, and then he's telling them, and they're walking, and then he trips. And I don't think that part was part of the scene. I feel like it wasn't. Like there's a lot of people falling in this movie. Do you notice that?
Yeah,
a lot of people just trip, and I don't know. I think this first one doesn't look like it's scripted.
What's funny, maybe it wasn't, and they just added it.
But it's good improv if it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
So he continues talking about the lawsuit, and he has concerns that the park is safe or not. And then the Mexican dude's like, Hammond hates inspectors. They slow everything down. And sorry, I made this fucking. I don't know why I made him sound like Antonio Banderas.
I don't know why either. That shit was pretty sweet,
though. Boots. You like when I whisper in your ear, don't you?
Yeah.
So they go down into the mine, and Gennaro suggests that they get Alan Grant on the scene. And then that dude's like, Grant's like me. He's a digger. He's super just sweaty as fuck.
Yeah. Well, they're all hot.
Yeah, it's hot. It's Costa Rica. Costa Rica's humid, blah, blah, blah. And he's looking at that sweet discovery, which is the amber with the little mosquito inside.
Mm-hmm. Which we later find out it has a little bit of dino DNA.
Oh, the dinosaurs. So we cut to the digging site in the Badlands, where we meet Alan Grant and Ellie Sadler. And he's like, I hate computers. Grant he's off the top, just sick, bro.
Yeah, he just looks like a dope ass cowboy
And I-
without being a cowboy. You know
And I was
what I mean?
talking to Ernie earlier, and like, there's just so many moments where he just always does that glance, bro. He
Yeah.
just does that sweet, and he always just like, fuck, something's gonna happen. Which most of the time, something does happen.
They call that something, that stare. I forget what it is. It comes out in Jumanji. It's one of the skills
Really?
that The Rock has, supposedly.
Huh?
And
Oh, The
it's like-
Rock. I thought you were talking about the old school Jumanji.
No, Jumanji, the new one. Sorry.
So they have this new program, which is pretty high tech for the 90s. They get a picture of the bone specimen just from the machine touching it. What a world! And the guy's like, a few more years in development, we won't have to dig anymore. Grant's like, where's the fun in that? And also, there's this guy that's standing behind them, and I have a picture because he just looks fucking sweet. Like, you know how Weird Al Yankovic is?
yeah, he has that sweet ass.
There he is, dude. I'll post this later, but this booker just chat in the back. And
Dude, he looks like such a 90s person. You know
he
what I
does.
mean?
And I wonder like how they did the casting call for this. Like, okay, come like you're gonna be hot, but like getting dirty.
Also,
but this guy has shorts shorter than the half of the whooping.
Yeah,
here.
he's like, we're looking for a Weird Al Yankovic with blonde hair, please.
You're gonna be in the background, prime shot. So they discover that the bones are of a velociraptor. Everyone laughs at Grant for his little flying comment. He's like, "They were birds. They're a bird." You know, he's so he's so sure that they're birds. You know,
Mhm.
and he's like, "They have more in common with birds than the reptiles." And he's like, "Even the word raptor means bird of prey," which, like I mentioned too with Ernie, like this movie is like very informative.
Definitely, a lot.
I feel like I can build a dinosaur just from watching this movie.
Well, yeah, that's what I was telling you before we got into it. Like, there was a novel that they wrote before all this, and like the novel's completely different from the movie, like in certain aspects
like
here and
always.
there. But I mean, definitely like the way the guy did research for the novel and what he did, he actually like
He went in.
yeah, he went in like pretty good. and
Maybe
that's
he
why
was
it's, like,
he was
pretty-
an archaeologist, or no? What are they called archaeologists? Yes.
Yeah, I think they are.
pretty
Yeah.
sure,
So I think he went in and like actually found out a lot of little things
Oh,
here
for
and there.
sure.
But I don't know if it's all like true. I read it as a kid. I don't remember it like fully, but it's a good one. Like you should definitely read it.
good
But it's
one.
way different than the movie.
Yeah. And that little sweet little ugly ass kid interrupts. He's
Oh,
like,
that little chubby
that
ass
doesn't
one.
look scary. More like a 6-foot turkey. And it's like, how did he even see the screen from the back? Like he was just covered all the way in the
He's
back.
chunks.
Like,
I don't know.
He's
But-
chunks.
But it's just, dude, this kid, bro. Like you can tell that he's a little shit, dude.
Yeah, he's a little fucker. He
Yeah,
just came to cause pain, bro.
Yeah, he's like more like a 6-foot turkey. You know,
Yeah,
like
little
fuck
fucker.
you, dude.
And then, Grant gets in all sick, and then Ellie's like, oh boy. He's like, picture yourself in the Cretaceous period. You get this look of the 6-foot turkey. And I don't know what he says. I think he says see a clearing. I didn't catch it. I had the subtitles on.
I
for
think
this
you're
movie.
about right. Yeah.
And he's like moves like a bird, bobbing his head, and you stand still because you think maybe he will lose his ability to see you like a T-Rex. He can't see if you don't move. That mention happens a lot in this movie.
It
Can't
does.
see if you can't move. Can't see like many times. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Not Velociraptor. You stare at him. He stares at you, and that's when the attack comes. Not from the front, but from the sides. The other two raptors you didn't even know were there. And that poor kid, dude, foreshadowing his death. I'm just kidding.
Nah, I was like, wait, no.
He's oh no, I don't want to spoil it.
Oh.
He's a you are alive when they try to eat you. Try to show a little respect. And little poor kid's like,
and then he has the nail. Of
oh
the
yeah, and he shows him
Velociraptor,
the
and
nail.
he
His
like
eyes
puts
are
it right through his like kind of like
his
by
gut,
his stomach,
right?
by his gut. Yeah,
He's all. I love
Cut
the
the
way he
fat.
does that though.
yeah, it's pretty cool. You
so-
know, so a random thing. So in the book, Grant, he's like he likes in the movie he likes kids a little bit more, and he lost his wife prior to all this excavations that he's doing.
Oh shit.
And so like I think he was gonna have a kid, or he had a kid, or something happened, but they died or something in the book. And then but in this one, I think Steven Spielberg made him like more of a introvert, where he doesn't like care for kids.
yeah,
But like later on towards the movie, it adds substance to like
yeah.
him being with the kids, and like now it's like, oh wow,
Yeah,
he likes the
exactly.
kids.
They don't explore further in the other movies though.
No.
So yeah, Grant and Ellie are talking kids. He's like, they're messy, expensive, and they smell. Babies smell. It's all dumb. And then this copter rolls up, fucking up their dig. They get all mad. And then he points to the trailer that Hammond somehow got in real fast after that copter. I don't know. Maybe he was chilling in there the whole time. And his sweet ass face as he pops the champagne. But he looks like little Yoda rummaging through the fridge. He's all. He's like, hey, we were saving that. He's all, for today, I guarantee it. And John Hammond's another sweet character, bro. He's a classic character in this movie.
He is. He really is.
He's got some sweet ass lines. and then his little sweet little hand dusts off. Oh yeah, where did I put that? I don't know. But then Hammond, he's a sweet ass dude, and he's like trying to make them drinks, and Ellie's trying to help him. He's like, no, I can manage. I know my way around the kitchen. He's revealed to be a Scottish man later, but like I don't hear the accent.
No, I didn't get that either. That's crazy.
I'll bring that up later because like when he says that, he really goes into that accent. I'm like, what the fuck?
Now he's like, oh, you didn't have an accent before. Why is it here now? He's like, might as well go into it.
I didn't tell you. So he's like, now let's get right to the point. I like you. Both of you. I mean, he's all sweet. So.
Yeah.
And he tells him about the Jurassic Park. And he's like, really, no expense. Makes the one I have down in Kenya look like a petting zoo. And he's crazy, dude. He's got like some money. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what he's.
They never tell you, do they?
They never really say.
No.
They don't say it in the book, or you probably don't remember.
I don't remember. I haven't read that, but yeah, because like he has
he
like
sounds
so
like he
much.
was just an entrepreneur.
Definitely, because he has so much money, and then eventually you find out that he had like 2 islands, like and then the next one,
flea market or some shit.
But it's like he just has a shit ton of money, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna fund your excavations for 3 more years or whatever.
Oh yeah, and they get all fucking because he wants them to go endorse the park basically because they're the top diggers, I guess, in this Badlands.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, our attractions will drive kids out of their minds. And Grant's like, what are those? And then Ellie's like, small versions of adults, honey. Funny, stupid little one. And then Hammond again. He's like, I don't really like lawyers. He's like, do you like lawyers? And they're like, we don't really know any. I'll still they're a wholesome little couple. I like them.
Yeah, so they were supposed to be like a little more of a couple or whatever, right? That's why they had like a weird dynamic between each other.
I think so.
Yeah, that's why they changed it. That's what I was trying to tell you. Like in the book, she's not with him. She's like younger. In the book, she's younger, and she's like she's below that guy, and so like she wants to get more like headway with him because he's such a bigger like person in that field or whatever.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. But I like that little dynamic. Hammond so he wants the approval, and he's like scary door, schedule. Oh no, he says schedule, and then he's like schedule, some stupid shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, what kind of park is this? It's right up your alley. And they're happily on their way. And so we cut to Costa Rica, where this mystery man rolls to a restaurant to meet future Ernie. Just kidding. His name is Dennis Nerdy. No, it's Neardy. I think it's Neardy. But like, what kind of fucking name is this? And I just want to say this character is so essential to this movie. Like, and Wayne Knight portrays him so well. I mean, like I was saying, like I know he's essential to the movie because he pretty much fucks everything up and sends it into shit. But I think like even without that storyline, they could have just said like, oh, like they didn't really need him. Like they could just been like, oh, the park's still working out the kinks. But throwing him in there just adds the perfect comedic relief, I think.
Yeah, I think I like that they added him like later on because when I used to watch this movie, I used to hate this character a lot because he's such a. But that's the point of him. You're supposed to hate him,
and he does those sweet little stares. He's like,
he has like these sweet and
chunky
then
stares,
all chunkies, and then like his like I'm not sure if it's just because he's chubs, but like the way he moves his body around in the scenes, they're just like he's classic, bro. Yeah. Like he's essential.
Oh yeah, he's very lively. And then the guy's like Dodson. And the Dogson's like, you shouldn't use my name. He's like, Dodson, we got Dodson here. See, nobody cares. Nice hat. What are you trying to be? He's like, what are you trying to be? A secret agent or something like that. But he's fucking sweet, dude. Dodson gives him a big ass bag of money, and Nerdy like laughs super sweet.
See, and that's the body that I was telling you. Like,
I don't. Yeah, he used a lot of that body language. I don't know why. This guy would give him the money first. Maybe Nerdy would just like kind of tricked him into it because like if I wouldn't have given him like he could have just ran off easy. Well, I mean, who knows what?
Yeah, they should have done it like beforehand.
He probably could have got killed.
Yeah, there's probably some stupid reason, but that's like maybe that's like half of the money and then the rest is coming later. I didn't recall that. I don't know if I noticed that, but like it's such a big mission. He's like, only if I see the money, I'll freaking do it. Because he's stealing DNA. You know what I mean?
1.5 million to get all those species.
How much? Sorry,
1.5 million.
That's right.
They say. Yeah, he has to, like Ernie said, he has to get all the dinos embryos. Secret agent, man, no one will see this guy coming. And he's like, how are we gonna? And I love this scene. He goes, how are we gonna transport it? And then he shows him the infamous shaving cream that is a secret compartment. Again, he gets super excited. He does that scream that sounds like a raptor.
Yeah.
Like, but I think this is like something we always go back and forth on. Is it the can when he opens it up making that sound, or he's making that sound?
I always thought that it was him.
right? And
I really thought that it was him.
Because he goes I can't even do it.
No,
it's like so
it's him because he's so excited. Because then you look at his face and he's like, he does like, and then his like body. You know what I mean?
It does it so perfect, but it's like a debate that I'll never like. I don't know.
You know,
I don't know how to confirm it or not.
No, that's funny that you said that. I've never actually heard that debate, but
I mean, it was just like between me and my brother.
No, you're fine. But seeing it now, I'm always like, oh no, that's him. Thinking about it, it's like I think it's him, but
I don't know. It's just it's too out there of a thing. It just sounds like the Raptor too, which is
funny.
weird.
Did you know that can of shaving cream they resold it, like they would sell it the way it comes out.
Oh,
like that.
really?
Yeah, so you can buy it.
Barber Soul or something like that.
Yeah.
And I like how he even tests out the shaving cream and he puts that little cream on the pie. I don't know. I always like that.
Yeah, he puts it like next, like it's like someone else's pie next to him. No.
Yeah.
I
It's
didn't
just some
like
random
that.
pie.
That always bothered me, bro.
Because imagine you get a pie.
What if the guy comes in and he's like, he's on my pie, and he just got some fucking nasty ass shaving cream.
Shaving cream, bro. And then I like how nerdy he's the brains behind the operation. He's like, you gotta give me an 18-minute window. You're gonna have the guy pick me up from the boat from the docks and blah blah blah. And then the bill drops and he gives that sweet little look and he's like, "Don't get cheap on me, Dawson."
Because he wants him to pay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking sweet, dude. So we cut to the helicopter ride. An intro to the fave, Jeff Goldblum's Malcolm, who is a chaos theory analyzer.
Yeah.
He's basically there to put an end to this park.
Let me say something.
Yes, please.
So you were saying a lot of like, there's like these one-liners and the way they, like Grant like looks to the side and all that. Dude, Jeff Goldblum has the sweetest lines of like in the whole movie. Like,
he does. He
the
really
things
does.
and I know you written them down. We'll get into them, but like the way he says them and the way
he delivers them.
Yeah, the way he delivers them, you're like,
and the chaos, shit like that.
It always finds a way or something.
He does some weird, but he says, and like you can tell, like he's there to prove the park's danger for the lawyers or for himself, and it's definitely for himself. Like he doesn't care about the lawyers.
Because he wrote a book, prior to this. It's a chaos theory.
And then Hammond's like, I bring scientists, you bring a rock star. And then in an iconic scene, he's like, there it is. And I'm going to say iconic scene a lot, so just be prepared. As they prepare for a rough landing, why is it that Grant gets the faulty seatbelt? Like, obviously, he gets it. And that sweet little Goldblum glance that he's giving, he's like smiling to, and his gun, he's like, oh, sweet, dude. Joke's on Grant, bro. But he's still resourceful, ends up tying his seatbelt together. So then we see the little Jurassic Jeeps, which are sweet. Makes me want to go to Universal Studios.
Yeah, dude, that's a sweet ass ride. Honestly.
There's someone around where I live that has that Jeep.
Yeah, it's funny, and I thought about that when I was here because I've seen that guy. Yeah, he comes around here in La Mirada, and I've seen him in Brea as well.
Oh, fuck, he's on an expedition.
Yeah, dude, I don't.
It's nerdy. I'm just kidding. All right, I can't do nothing. So the lawyer's doing his lawyer thing, and is strictly there to take care of business. And he's, I'll shut you down, John. Gennaro. But you get what I said there, take care of business. Foreshadow, for sure.
Foreshadow.
And then Hammond's like, in 48 hours, I'll be accepting your apology. I don't know about that. And then another spectacle scene. The dinosaur revealed. I think it's the Bronchiosaurus,
I believe, yeah.
Another iconic scene.
Just to let you guys know, I don't know my dinosaurs really well.
I don't really know.
Yeah.
All I know is like what they call a gay dinosaur.
What is it?
A dinosaur ass. You like that? You like that? Got him.
That was pretty good.
I got him.
It's fucking. I've heard that joke before, and as you set it up, that shit was golden. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
He's like
dinosaur ass.
I don't understand how they didn't see it on the drive though. Like, how did they not see that dinosaur from that little? Because like they pull up and he's like, oh look, there's a dinosaur, and then Grant's like, it's a dinosaur, and then Malcolm's like, he did. That crazy son of a bitch did.
He did it.
Even the lawyer is like, we're gonna make a fortune out of this place. Right there, he's already
because he's a schemer, bro. He wants to make money. And then at some point he goes, they can charge him $10,000, $20,000.
Yeah, that shit's fucked up. And I'm like, what the fuck? Hammond says the speed of the T-Rex is 32, and Ellie and Grant trip the fuck out. And then Ellie's like, T-Rex? You say you got a T-Rex? Grant's like, say again. And then Hammond's like, we have a T-Rex.
We have a T-Rex. So,
Dr. Grant, my dear Dr. Sadler, welcome to Jurassic Park. And then you see the pack of dinos. What could possibly go wrong?
And then he's like, they do go in packs or whatever.
They do move in herds.
And herds,
yeah. How'd you do this? And he's like, I'll show you. He whispers also, I'll show you.
I love that. And that's a meme for the ages now. People always go like, they'll say something and then it goes, I'll show you.
This movie has a lot of memes.
Yeah.
They roll up to the main entrance and see it's like a museum zoo. Place is gonna be lit when it opens. Ellie's like, "What do you think?" And then Grant's like, "Oh, we're out of the job." And Malcolm's like, "Don't you mean extinct?" Ah.
Yeah.
They enter the little Jurassic theater where the sweet we get Hammond. He's like, "Here he comes. Here I come. Say hello. Say hello." And he puts on a little show. And it's funny because like he has it scripted, but like, does he expect that he's gonna go do it every single time that show comes on when people
I
are
don't know.
there? Like, because that's how it's showing.
He's
right?
probably gonna do it for the first couple of for the
and
first
then, and then he'll
wave
switch
of
it,
them.
right?
Yeah,
And then
because he's in the back. Yeah, I think they're trying to.
because he's talking himself in the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So he shows that a little blood. He makes clones. The brains are skeptical and trying to figure out what the source they use, and like. When we get the intro to the sweet ass Mr. DNA, he's like, the dinosaurs, the dino DNA,
Dino DNA,
dynamite.
Dude, I love that little fucking.
I love that little guy
yeah.
too. And then it's revealed that since the mosquitoes have always preyed on everything, they eventually get stuck on tree sap and are found years later with that fossil that they found. And then, sidebar, did they create these dinosaurs super fast? Because remember when the lawyer encounters them at the mines, he sees, them finding that. So, like, did it take that quick to develop these dinosaurs? Right? It was pretty quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think they were already creating it with the DNA of something else, but I think that
They
was
just
like the
found an
last part of
additional
it
thing.
that they needed. Because I think they used the mosquito's DNA and the bird's DNA or something. I
Frog.
forget what it is. Oh, frog. Thank
Yeah.
you. And so maybe they were on the cusp of it, but they were like,
Yeah.
that was the end of it. But yeah, you're right. It did go really fast. Maybe
Really quick.
we don't see it, but like a couple years pass or something.
Maybe,
we don't know.
Maybe. But Gennaro is already up his ass, so like I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, they build the dinosaur with this, and they use the frog DNA to fill in the rest of the strand. Well thought out. The tour theater rotates, and they see the scientists are working. So the real miracle work is a Jurassic Park. And the lawyer's like, "Are these characters autoerotica?" What the fuck? And I like how they move the bars out of the way, and then like they get out, they want to go see that shit because they're the scientists. They should be able to go see it, right?
Dude, I would have got up too if I was super into dinosaurs. I'd be like, this is like
hopefully nobody else does that
candy
first
store for me.
thing. Hopefully nobody in there like in the tour.
Oh, in the
when
tour,
they open it
yeah,
up.
that's right.
So they walk into the lab, and then I think you hear Sam Jackson on the intercom. He's like saying something. He's like, "Everybody, come on!"
He's all, "Hold on to your butts."
Hold on to your butts. Yeah, no, he doesn't say that then, but
No,
like
I know.
he's on the intercom.
Yeah.
So we intro to Wu, Dr. Henry Wu, an
So
important
that guy
character
is
later.
a big character. Like he comes
turns
out
into a big character.
yeah, like he's in like all the other movies at some point.
I think he's only in one.
Well,
I think
he-
he comes back. He comes back for Jurassic World.
Yeah, that's right. But he comes out in I thought he comes out in 3. You're right.
I don't remember if he comes back.
He
for
comes
3.
out in Jurassic World.
But
we don't talk
he's
about
oh,
those movies.
he's perfect timing. I hope they hatch before I had to go to the boat. I guess they leave every night. I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense, right?
Yeah, they do.
So they watch the eggs hatch. He's like, come on, little one, push. Some sweet lines by Hammond as the baby raptor is born. So cute. So I've been in the presence of every single one of them. And that's what Malcolm's like. Well, not the ones bred in the wild. He's all and the Moo's like, actually, they can't breed in the wild. All the animals in Jurassic Park are female, and we engineered them that way. And then, here goes Malcolm. He's like, he's like, well, how do you know that they're all female? Go and pull all the dinosaurs' skirts. And that's sweet. And then a sweet and quotable line is said. How you like that? So John, the kind of control you're attempting is not possible. If there's one thing in the history of evolution that taught us is that life will not be contained. Life breaks free. It expands to new territory. I'm trying to do the Goldblum. Territory. It crashes through barriers painfully, maybe even dangerously. But there it is. And then I skipped it. Something gets said, and I skipped it back. He goes, "No, I'm simply saying that life finds a way." They just got Goldbloomed.
Bro, he fucking like he nailed it.
He nailed it.
Like he
That's
literally
it.
knows what's gonna
Could have
happen.
ended the movie there.
Because like eventually the dinosaurs become like they can change their sex, right, or something.
Yeah,
so
they
it's
will
like,
get. Hold your horses, dinosaur.
Dino DNA.
Dino.
Maybe
Grant-
you know what that the little DNA he sounds like he's a dinosaur ass. I will continue.
You're done.
Thank you.
Grant's even a little sketch when he discovers that they bred raptors. Oh, raptors, and then does that sweet little. And then that's when we cut to the Raptor Sanctuary, where it's feeding time for that poor little cow. Hammond tries to get them to leave by tempting them with dinner. He's like, why? They're like, was he never going to show them the raptors? Or like, did he know that they were going to freak out about these raptors? I don't know. Raptors tear that poor cow up, and that scene always kind of tripped me out as a kid.
You know, I always thought that it was a goat that they fed.
Oh no.
No, but yeah, you're right.
Then Moldon rolls up. He's like, they should all be destroyed. Clever guy. Grant keeps. He's clever.
He's a clever guy. Yeah,
he's a clever guy. Grant you're staring at
I was like, well, because
I know.
you foreshadow.
Grant keeps asking questions, and Moldon confirms that these raptors got some skills. He's like, especially the big one. So they're testing the weaknesses systematically. They remember. So then we cut to dinner time. Raptor meat. Okay, it's not raptor meat. But Ellie doesn't look satisfied. She's like, the lawyer, Donald is his name. There it is. And then that's when you're saying he wants to charge $10,000 for a fucking entrance. Like, what the fuck? He's like, well, what? I want to make it affordable for everyone. He's like, well, we can have like a coupon day or something. Little shithead.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's charging a shit ton of money. Yeah, because he likes what he saw. He's like,
oh yeah,
dude, we can make a shit ton of money.
Goldblum begins to Goldblum, and he's still tripping. He's like, yeah, I know, it's a lot worse. Like a kid who found his dad's gun or some shit like that. I'm like, damn. He's like, you guys patent it, package it, and put it on a plastic lunchbox and sell it and sell it. I don't know why he says that. But he goes, your scientists are so preoccupied if they could. They didn't stop to think if they should. Hammond doesn't agree with Malcolm's views. And he's like, the rape of the natural world. Like, damn, this guy has no fucking filter, bro.
No, because, he's just talking right, shit, and he's right.
Mm-hmm. And then Ellie and Grant defend Malcolm's theory, surprisingly. And Grant comes out a little less hostile, but, Hammond's tripping out. He's like, so the only one on my side is the blood-sucking lawyer. No. Donald's like, thank you. So we cut to the main out lobby, where we're introduced to Tim and Lex. That's me. He's like, did you enjoy the helicopter? And little Tim's like, yeah, it went up and it went down. And like, I don't know. Like, you hear him in the background saying some weird shit.
Yeah, he's like, you can hardly hear it.
So just like a helicopter went, it went down and it went up. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And it flew away and it chop. So we cut to the tour cars with the interactive CD-ROM. When was the last time you heard CD-ROM?
Dude, I haven't heard a fucking CD-ROM in a while.
When was the last time you burned some music? I'm just kidding.
Dang, like that. You just said
Ernie Jams.
Ernie. Oh my God. That's crazy, dude. I fucking burn music.
Oh yeah, dude.
But continue, please.
So we got little shit Tim. He loves Dr. Grant and hassles him. I love how he tries to ditch him, but like he's following him around. Ellie's loving it. But Grant finally ends up ditching him. Then he gets Lex, who's like obsessed with him weirdly. She's like got a crush on him. Kind of strange.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you prior to this was like in the book, they changed the dynamic of the little girl and the little boy. So like,
the little boy's more horned up for
so the little boy, he's supposed to be the one that's like the computer geek and he knows more. But then in this one, she knows. I'm talking about the novel and the movie. But yeah, so like they like changed little things here and there. But I think it was for the best. I think it was so that little girl can have a little bit more screen time, and also she was older. And I think Steven Spielberg went on to say that he wanted more time with the little boy because, he's younger. So he wants to guide him to be better in the movie. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see. Like Grant?
Yeah. So he changed him out a little. Like,
got it. Like be his role model.
Yeah, basically. So he can like.
Okay. I see. Yeah. Interesting. So we cut to Hammond and Moldon in our intro to Arnold, which is played by Sam Jackson. He's like, dinosaurs, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then, hold on to your butts. He says that. Okay. A little one too many. But he says it. And we cut back to the tour car, and the iconic gates are shown. Welcome to Jurassic Park. What?
No, I was just gonna say because Samuel Jackson, I think at one point, like dinosaur comes at him, and he's like, "Motherfucker!"
Motherfucker, nerdy.
I'm. One of these days we're gonna do a month of Samuel Jackson.
Oh my God, movies.
Yeah, good.
And then Malcolm's like, "What do they got in there? King Kong, shit like that." That's how he talks. He's always chewing some gum.
He purposely is like mumbling a lot at some of the times.
So the tour starts off really whack, and you don't see any SARS. Imagine paying $10,000 and not seeing shit. It sounds like a Disneyland trip. You like that? Zing, or we just get cut off.
I know. It's like this is where the podcast ended. We talked about Disneyland.
So we're back at the computer lab where Arnold is not pleased with all the glitches, and then it's revealed that our friend Nerdy is working there, doing beating little shit like always. He's like, and then Hammond's like, I don't blame people for the mistakes, but I do ask them to pay for them. Damn. And then Nerdy's like, thanks, Dad. still being a little shit, not wanting to help. And then I like Moldon. They're all getting in an argument. And then Moldon goes, quiet, all of you. We are approaching the Tyrannosaur paddock. He's not even looking at the screens. He's just kind of like just staring into space. Like, how did he know? Like, I think he sensed
He's already been there like many times, but like the way he's always like.
He's always, that guy's another like Grant kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So we cut to the car stopping at the paddock, but we get no wrecks. And then Malcolm God creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates dinosaurs. And I like what Ellie says. She goes, dinosaurs eat man. Woman inherit the earth. It's a classic line. It's like a super random line that is said, but like it's super good.
Does at some point do you feel that freaking oh my god Ellie and what's his face
Malcolm, they get a little sexual tension.
do they? Yeah, and then I always thought about that, but then it kind of ends weird because then the second one happens, and then he has like a little daughter that's.
Well, he says he has kids, but
does he?
He says it in the movie. He says he has 3 kids.
Okay, yeah, I must have not caught that. That's funny.
So
it's just so weird. He looks like he's trying to bang her.
Oh, of course, yeah. We'll get into what he says around that time. So goat is offered to make the Rex came out, and Lex starts freaking out. She's like, "He's gonna eat the goat," and Tim's like, "Excellent." And then Gennaro's like, "What's the matter, kid? You never had lamb chops?" And it's revealed that she's vegetarian. And then Grant's like, "T-Rex doesn't want to be fed; he wants to hunt." Oh, he's crazy. He's a smart man. So we cut to Hammond. He's bored at the computer where Malcolm goes to the screen. He's like, now, you are going to have dinosaurs on the dinosaur tour, right? He's like, hello? And then I love and Hammond just delivers this perfectly. He's like, I really hate that man. I love that shit because Malcolm's just being a shit. And then again, like there goes Malcolm trying to hit on Ellie, trying to explain the chaos theory. He's like putting water on her. He's like, no, the water, it separates it. And look, he's like, see, there, I'm right again. No one predicted that Dr. Grant would suddenly jump out of a moving vehicle. And there's another example. See, now I'm here by myself, talking to myself. That's chaos theory. Like, it's fucking weird. Because, Ellie and Grant left the car because they see something in the distance. So we cut to Nerdy doing some sketchy shit, scoping out that embryo storage, known questions, and shaving cream at work for some reason. Like, why is it there? It's like, but he is a slob. His desk is super messy. So we cut back to the crew walking towards something. Lex falls, and then again another falling scene. She trips, tries to grab onto Grant's hand like all sexual.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna say something about freaking Nerdy, bro.
Oh yes.
They say like the smartest people always have a mess or something like that. That's like a thing.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
So maybe that's why they do that for him. But like he genuinely.
But he's fat too, so it doesn't help his it doesn't help his cause that he has all these candy wrappers all over the place. Right. So it's like,
well, I mean,
I get
fat,
the message.
Like it makes sense.
Like if it was like files and shit. Well, yeah, because he's always behind a computer, right, hacking and shit. That's fucking funny.
Hacking and chunking and.
So it's revealed that.
Oh yeah,
but sorry, yawned.
No, I thought it was a velociraptor.
It is revealed that a dino is not feeling so hot, and I love how Grant just lays on his belly. That's a little meme right there. Well, actually, that's a part of a meme that we'll talk about when he's on the belly.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what we should all have done that's what I should have done when I met you, dude.
That's right, dude.
That's how we do it, Ernie. I always greet Ernie. So Ellie's assessing the dino, and she's like, the pupils are dilated, and the stupid dude, Jurassic Park dude, is like, they are. Well, I'll be damned. And he just explained how it happens every 6 weeks, and no one was able to assess this. Like,
yeah, no,
do they not have?
It's so stupid.
It sounded weird. And then Ellie's like, I'd have to see the dinosaur droppings. And then Malcolm, dino droppings. So, she's at that dino dropping, and then Malcolm's like, this is one piece of shit. And Ellie doesn't give a fuck. Like, and he's just digging in there hard. But before that, we had a little cut to the computer lab, where it's revealed that a storm's coming and they have to cut the tour short. And that's when Hammond's like, damn! Like, I don't even know what he does say damn. He delivers it with passion. He's like, damn! And so back to the shit. And then Malcolm's like, she's tenacious. And Grant's like, you have no idea. He's like, now, you will remember to wash your hands before you eat anything, right? So now we're back at Nerdy. He's looking at his computer and it says, execute. So Nerdy, then he's called and told that boat's going to leave. So you better start fucking moving, bro. And it's like, give me 15 minutes. And the guy's like, no promises. I feel for the little guy, dude. I feel for him. Then we get a quick shot of the crew real quick. Sorry, I keep going back and forth. I like try to keep it together, but it's kind of essential to the movie.
No, there's a lot of little things here.
Yeah, little cuts. Little cuts. So the rest of the crew starts to head out, but Ellie stays behind. Smart choice, right? So we're back to the computer where Nerdy, starts panicking, trying to explain some shit. He's, I'm going to go to the snack machine. Anybody want a soda? I'm going to get a snack. And the computer's, he's just like going off.
Yeah, he's
like,
all scared. Like,
he's nervous.
He's nervous. It's like this fucker. Like,
but they don't even think about it. They just look at him like, okay, fat ass. So
nice going, fat.
Nice going, fit. So Nerdy executes, and that's when the shit goes bad. His little desktop background is that lady just laying there. It's fucking all sweet. Probably wax off hard. So that's when we cut back to Malcolm and Grant discussing kids. And then and then Grant's like, you have kids? And Malcolm's like, oh yeah, I have 3. I love kids. And that's when he takes a fat swig of his liquor. He's like, anything and everything can happen. Same for wives, for that matter. He's like, you married? Occasionally. I'm always on the lookout for a future Xmas Malcolm. See, that's what he says right there.
Yeah, that's right.
He's a horny little fucker.
The fucking...
So we're back to the nerdy doing his sketch shit, and Arnold sees the doors like security systems going off, but like no one's really like batting an eye. And Nerdy's in that embryo room. He's getting his shit together, bro. He's shaving those embryos. Gets everything. He puts it in. That little contraption's kind of sweet too. Like
it is kind of. It's really fucking cool, honestly.
And then Hammond's like, "Fine, Dennis, check the vending machines." And then, but too late though. Nerdy's already gone. Dude, he's a smart little chub. Arnold tries to go to Nerdy's computer, and he says, "Oh, luckily the Raptor cage is just still on." But then we see the Nerdy driving into the Dino Land, and then he hits that sign that's supposed to tell him where the dock is, and he can't figure out which way to go. Poor soul. Arnold can't get in his computer, and then that's when the little didn't say the magic word. And
it's like a little nerdy too.
Mm-hmm. And then Hammond's like, "Where did the vehicle stop?" Oh, and that's at the T-Rex paddock. So we get that sweet little exchange with Malcolm and Grant about being scared. So I didn't say I was scared. Did I say I was scared? It wasn't me. I wasn't talking about me. It's some stupid shit. And then we got little shit Tim playing with some stuff in the Jeep. Keep in mind they're separated in the Jeeps. Grant and Alan are on their own, and Grant and Malcolm are on their own, and the lawyer and the kids are in one. And then Gennaro, the lawyer, he's like, "Are they heavy? Then put them away because then they're expensive or some shit." And then we get the iconic water cup shake. It's and Lex like, "Where's the go?" And that's when that leg lands on the car. Dude, that scared me, dude. When I was a kid, I was like, "Ah!" And then we get the T-Rex reveal. Sees that the power's off and eats the goat. Like he eats the goat all sweet. You see it go down his mouth. Then Gennaro gets the fuck out of there and goes to the bathroom. Probably had to take a little shit.
Did I like these? Like when I was telling you, I wasn't a big fan, but rewatching it again, like watching this movie, like I enjoyed how they did like not too much CGI and it was a lot of animatronics.
Yeah, they look real
because it looks nicer and
like when you go to Universal Studios, it looks like the movie,
exactly like that, and it's freaking awesome because it's like
freaking cool.
It tricks your mind.
Even
honestly.
the animatronic Jeff Goldblum at the ride,
and when he's laying down on his side without a shirt. Yeah.
So Malcolm's like, "When you gotta go, you gotta go," and then that's when we get the T-Rex full reveal. And then Malcolm's like, "Boy, I hate being right all the time." And then Grant, "Keep absolutely still. His vision's based on movement." And then we get stupid little Lex, dude, being dumb, flashing that light. Like, I don't know why. Like, obviously they see that the dinosaur's there. Like, I don't know. And then that's when the dinosaur gets the attention of them, and the T-Rex attacks. And dude, that's some scary shit.
I can't do that.
I can't do it either. And then they got some strong ass glass protecting them somehow. I don't know how that thing's holding, because everything else breaks except that little piece. I could try to do it. So Grant comes out to get the dino's attention with the flare, and the dino follows. But then stupid Malcolm starts to run. Should have just frozen. And he told them.
He's all scared as shit.
Then Malcolm gets thrown into the bathroom hut, and poor Gennaro is exposed and given such a shit death.
Can I tell you something? Every time I think of Jurassic Park, I think of this particular scene.
When you go take a dump, you're like, "Fuck, what if a dinosaur?"
Yeah, what if a dinosaur fucking eats me?
But the thing is, he's not even taking a dump. He's just sitting there like hiding.
No, he's not. He's just sitting there hiding.
But still, it's fucking hilarious.
You know how like they say the Mandela effect when you remember something very differently? Yes. I honestly remember as a kid watching this, and still to this day, well, obviously since I've seen it recently, but like I remember him taking a shit and getting eaten while he was shitting.
Yeah.
And it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not. He's not. Maybe in the 3.5 cut.
You sound like fucking Jeff Goldblum right now.
So Grant gets Lex out, but Lex screams, ruining things again. And then it's like an intense scene where the dinosaur's like super close to them. And we got poor Tim getting pushed around. And then also it's revealed that the dino enclosure is a huge drop. But how was the T-Rex able to like get up and walk around if that drop was so big? You notice that?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was kind of weird. Like it felt like he was like on their level. I don't know. Strange to me. Like how would the tour guests see that anyway? Like all you would see like is maybe the top of his head.
Yeah.
But anyway, for the movie's sake, I guess. Car gets thrown down and Lex and Grant just barely miss, but little Tim's still in there. We cut to the computer lab where they're having to go manually through the system to fix it. He's like, "I couldn't catch what Sam Jax was saying because he was saying like a lot of tech talk. But Ellie and Maud on takeoff." And then
he was just basically saying like, "Oh, the system is shut down and we need his code or some shit."
And then Arnold's just like, "John, I can't get Jurassic Park back online without Dennis Nerdy." And that's when we get back to Dennis Nerdy. He's jamming through Jurassic Park, dude, hard, bro. Like I would, he's crazy. Like
sometimes when I'm driving through the range, I think about that
you
I'm
think
this
about
guy.
trying
And
to,
he's, you know, and
trying
he's
to get
like,
home.
he's trying to like, you know, like rub his eye,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and his glasses are all wet or whatever.
And then he gets a sweet, and then like he crashes obviously, and he gets a sweet little idea to hitch a tree because there's the road. He's like, oh, my glasses! Like he falls and like he knocks his glasses down. He's like, oh, I can afford more glasses. And he goes to hitch it and then meets a cute little dino, the Dilophosaurus. I don't know, I forgot what his name was. This one I think is a made up one. I don't think this was a real dinosaur. And then he thinks he's like playing with it. He's like, get the stick. There's no stick. Nah, he doesn't say that. The Grinch kick.
Going back episode something.
Yeah, he's I thought you were one of your big brothers. He's like, look, stick, stupid. No wonder you're extinct. I'm gonna run you over when I get back down. And then that's when the dino reveals some scary ass shit, dude, like on his neck. Like, ooh, that thing is scary. And he spits poison at him and into his eyes, and he loses his little shaving cream. And then it's revealed and the dino's in the car with him and eats the poor bastard.
Yeah.
That dino's gonna be full for days.
I know, dude.
And that's the end of Dennis Neardy. Poor Dachshund's gonna be like, where the fuck is he?
No,
You're staring at me all sweet.
No, because I was thinking about you're right. That he gets his ass eaten out.
He gets his ass eaten out.
He literally had a dinosaur ass. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep coming back. I really like that joke. But no, dude. I remember and going back because we went to Universal Studios before. The ride itself, you know, when the little thing they spit at you too, it's like water.
Oh yeah,
that shit's scary, bro.
And then at the end of the ride too, you see the little the shaving cream on the side.
Do you really?
You do, yeah. You don't.
I don't remember.
Like once after the drop, then when you're just going back to like the line, you look on the side and you see the little shaving cream.
That's awesome. I don't even remember that. That's crazy.
Funny. You're dumb.
Yeah.
So we cut back to Grant and Lex, and Tim is stuck in the tree where Grant climbs to save the day. Poor Tim's all fucked up. He's like, "You okay?" He's like, "No, dude. Like, dude just got attacked by T-Rex, smashed his leg with the car, knocked down like 50 feet in the tree, and threw up." He says. Grant gets him out, and he's like, "Did your dad ever build you a treehouse, Tim?" He's like, "No." And of course, the car starts to break loose. Why not? And then, like, was Tim supporting its weight? Because like he gets out of the car, and all of a sudden, the car is starting to fall.
Yeah.
Little strange logic there. Car starts to fall, and all of a sudden, Tim is Tarzan, dude. He's like jamming, bro. And he's and then the car, like they make it on the thing, and then they make it down, and the car flips on him, and he's like, "Well, we're back in the car again." And then at least you're out of the tree, Grant. And a little father-son moment, I think. So we cut to Moldon and Ellie checking up on everyone. They're at the T-Rex paddock and they don't see him. And then they're like looking around. They just look down. He's like, I think this was Gennaro. Like his remains were left over, I guess.
Yeah, I think
I don't know. Cause, like he looks at maybe a piece of his clothing.
Maybe
I don't know. Like it's a little strange. They don't really like go into it.
They don't go into it. They just make it seem like he was like a little part of him was there.
Yeah, just make his little shoe. But at least they find Malcolm. Dude was lucky he didn't get stomped on, bro. And then remember, remember to thank me for John. He goes, remind me to thank John for a lovely weekend. So Ellie sees the other car and they get there and they're like super quick. Like they're just like down there all of a sudden. Like they see the car and like they look and obviously everyone's gone. And then, you know, Malcolm's up there by himself and then they're interrupted again by some stomping. And he's like, I'm fairly alarmed here. and then all of a sudden Ellie and Moldon are back and they're able to drive away. Another iconic scene, the Dino chase Jeep scene. So must go faster. And they end up escaping, but they got some close calls. And they got that stupid little thing. Objects in the mirror may appear larger than they appear. Like, that's just always like that's just like always referenced in like a lot of movies.
Can I ask you a question? Did you ever play the arcade?
I did, yeah.
And you had to play this part. It's fucking sick.
The arcade game was sick, dude.
It was really cool. It was fucking hard. I don't think there was like a few like scenes or not scenes, but like different episodes in the game that you would play. And one of them was this one. And I would never beat any of them. They're fucking hard. They're
pretty tough to get. Like you'd have to get far, bro. And like I don't think I ever beat those stupid little arcade games. Like the Star Wars one too. Like that was hard.
I think they literally do them so they're I forget they call it. They call it coin eaters or something like that. Basically, games that they just want you to keep fucking putting money in.
So they're interrupted yet again. Oh no, I'm sorry, missed that. And then, you know, they escape, and Malcolm's like, you think they'll have that on the door? Yeah. So we're back to Grant and the kids where they climb another tree. Tim's like, I hate trees. Ellie's like, they don't bother me. And then Tim's like, oh, yeah, well, you weren't in the last one. And they get that sweet-ass view of the brachiosauruses, and they get a little moment of tranquility. And I love like Grant has to do this fucking try to talk to them like Dory from Finding Nemo. He's like, oh, they're like, and the dinosaurs look at him like, oh, Grant, good. And then that's when I like these jokes that Tim says. He's like, what do you call a blind dinosaur? And then he's like, do you think he saw us? So what do you call a blind dinosaur's dog? A Dinosaurus Rex? That's so stupid. Classic one-liners though. Definitely. So they end up just chilling, and Grant's like, guess we'll just have to evolve too. So we cut to John eating, and Ellie interrupts. They have some words of comfort, and he talks about his creepy little flea circus that I don't know, it's a little strange that maybe he actually tried to do that and sell people money to see some fleas, which he obviously did because it's funding Jurassic Park. And that's when he comes out and he says his little Scottish thing, and it comes out hard right here. Like, it's weird.
For some reason, I don't know if it's like it's funny that you say this because I do remember this, and I was like, could it be that it's because he's talking about something in his past that like now, hold on, my accent's coming back?
He's like, it's a fine. No, I've been a bad boy, father.
He's like, I've been a bad boy.
But he's still confident in his part, dude. But Ellie ends up shutting him down.
Yeah.
And then the only thing that matters now are the people we love, Ellie says. And Hammond kind of seems like he reconsiders. So we're back to Grant. The kid's awakened by the Brachiosaurus. And then Grant's like, think of it as kind of a big cow. And then Ellie's like,
I like cows.
And she gets sneezed on. Fucking nasty. And that's when they're like kind of talking. It's revealed Ellie's a hacker while Grant finds some dinosaur eggs. And he's like, they breed. And he's like, Malcolm was right. Life found a way. And then he gets that like explanation of the frogs changing sex. Like, sometimes when frogs like to adapt, they have to change sex. It's fun and educational. Just kidding. So like I said, dude, informative. This movie is just super informative. I feel like you just could watch science class, bro.
I think like they like purposely made this movie for like because like
biology.
I didn't see this. I don't remember this really well because I mean it was like around our time, but I was still a little kid. But I remember my brothers telling me that this was like everywhere. Like so, like Burger King had cups, stuff like that. McDonald's had the fries for it.
Chunta.
Yeah, chunta. But yeah, no. So they had a lot of little things. So I think like a lot of kids would go watch this movie, especially if you like kids, because like a lot of you like kids, you like dinosaurs. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I mean, it makes sense for them to like actually keep it as real as possible and add all this like.
They're trying to inspire young archaeology.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is like watching it and seeing it, it doesn't get boring to watch.
No, not at all. I mean, it's informative, but yet, like, you're not bored.
You're not like, oh my god, okay, yeah.
There's blood, there's sex, there's murder. No,
there's Malcolm.
There's Malcolm. So we cut to Malcolm.
Just at Jeff Goldblum
with his chest hanging out like a golden god, and that's that meme. So refer back to the scene where I was talking about Grant on that little dinosaur that was sick. He's on the belly. There's memes of him on Malcolm's belly, Jeff Goldblum's belly, as he's just like, but the way he's laying is weird, right?
It's very sensual.
It's very sensual. I think either he's trying to seduce Ellie or he's just fucking. That's how they left his ass because he can't move, apparently.
Yeah. Oh,
because honestly, I don't think he moves for the rest of the movie from where he's at.
He like, does at some point eventually, but he stays like that for a while. Yeah.
So Hammond explains that they have to shut down the entire system so everything will go back to normal, but it's not so simple. They got to go to the other side of the compound. And Arnold again, hold on to your butts. And it seemed like he's been smoking that same cigarette the whole time, right?
Doesn't it seem like it's always the same?
It's always length, right?
Yeah, same length.
Always ready to go out. So Mr. Arnold's like, oh, I can do it. And so he goes to take off to save the day.
They're probably thinking that he's like a chain smoker. That's why it makes it look.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Dude,
but he kind of makes them look satisfying. I don't know.
He does.
I don't smoke cigarettes, but like,
no, not me either. But
no, not me.
Not me. No, but it's because he's a bad motherfucker. That's why.
My dinosaur's motherfucker.
Honestly, we always make fun of Samuel L. Jackson, like just the way he delivers shit. But dude, he's a great actor, and he's.
I think we're making fun of him. We're just embracing him.
That's true. I guess.
He's in a lot of pop. He's a big pop culture like thing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you for saying that because now I feel bad.
No, you dumb fuck. I'm just kidding.
Dumb motherfucker. Continue.
So we come back to Grant and the kids where they encounter a herd for, you guessed it, an iconic scene where everything's getting chased. And I think Lexi's like, are they a Metasaurus ass? I don't know. She says it all weird. And they get stampeded. But they live, of course, and they get to see some Rex action. Those dinosaurs shouldn't have moved. You should have told them. You shouldn't have moved. And then Grant's like, you bet you'll never look at birds the same way again. Like, that's a big-ass bird. So we're back to Ellie and her clan. She says something is wrong. Hammond assures them it's just a delay similar to Disneyland's opening and nothing worked. And Malcolm's like, but John, when Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists. He's right. I always like that line. Ellie suggests she's going to go do it herself, and Moldon joins and equips a sweet-ass shotgun, but doesn't seem to give Ellie a weapon, which is a little odd. Like she's like, I'll protect you. And then this is where so this movie's kind of like a little sexist. Because Hammond's like, oh, maybe I should go because I'm
a man.
and she's like, because you're a man. Like, so no, I can do it. Like, it's kind of fucked up. Like, that guy would have been dead. Like, he couldn't run like Ellie did. And also, I like how Malcolm is just like spread on that table and they're discussing the blueprints. And they like put the blueprints all over his body. And there's it's like I said, he's just not moving.
He's just there. He doesn't
he's
move.
just there. So Ellie and Modon leave. The raptor cage is busted. What could possibly go wrong? And then they're in that little area, like all sketch. And then she's like, they see the little compound. She's like, we can make it if we run. He's like, no, we can't because we're being hunted. And he tells Ellie to run. He's like, I've got and she's like the way she does it all. It's super intense running scene. So she makes it safely, or so she thinks. So she calls her friend Arnold, and Hyman starts to give her the rundown with the walkie-talkies. He's all, there's a metal staircase. Go down it. Like, no shit. That's the only way
down. Yeah.
See, again, he's being sexist. He's like, you're dumb. You don't know anything. Take the elevator. So we're back to Grant with the kids, and there's an electric fence blocking their way out. Grant tests the fence out. I always like the scene. He jokes at the kids, and the way he grabs it so fiercely, but he must have known already that it was off because he tested with the stick, right? And then all of a sudden, everything goes because Ellie's starting to slowly turn the systems back on, so they have no time to think of a plan, so they got to climb. So Malcolm takes over because Hammond's sucking with the directions. He's like, "There's a pipe above you, follow it." Dun, dun, dun. This still scene's going back and forth between the electric fence and Ellie, and we got no, I'm sorry. Okay, it didn't beep. It didn't buzz yet. They were still climbing the fence because Grant's like, "Come on, kids, it's not a race." And that's when it starts going. So we're back to Ellie and her gang. Hammond took over, and he's like, "You see that thing there? Push it." And that's when they sense the warning lights off. And Tim's like, "Oh," he's all scared. Should have just climbed like he did with the tree. Ellie slowly turns the buttons on, just slowly. And good thing that perimeter fence is last on the list, because if it was first, we would have had a whole different story.
The movie would have ended way different.
Well, actually, she still used it, so in a way. Because we cut to Grant trying to talk to him down. I always love this scene, bro. Yeah. He's like, I'll count to 3. 1, 2, and it goes on. Fucking Tim, the way he flies back is so good. He's like, and then just lands, bro. Oh, it's hilarious. And he's like, Tom! Trying to give him the CPR. And he wakes up. He's like, 3. So Ellie, we're back to Ellie. She's happy, but she's interrupted by a raptor. Super intense scene. Mr. Arnold is there to comfort her, though, but it's just his arm. Motherfucker. That shit creeped me out, bro, when I was a kid, too. Ellie escapes back into the danger zone. And why does he think it's safe? Because, Maldon, I don't know how far he got, but, she's back in the same area she left him, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's weird because she's back at that gate and she's like,
okay, yeah. She's all breathing all hard.
And then we're back to Moldon for some more iconic scenes.
Oh, I love this part.
Dude tries to outsmart the Raptors, but like Grant said, there was already one coming from the side, and he says, "Clever girl." And then, can you do the Raptor sound for me?
Let me see.
No, that's the Raptor call.
Oh,
that's the Raptor. Okay, the fucking the Raptor thing. They go. God, so
it's fucking sweet.
But when they're calling each other, they're like, go.
That's how actually we from across the street we communicate with each other.
Exactly. So Modon's gone. He's dead.
Dude, he was a badass though, bro.
Yeah, he went down. He went down with pride, bro. He went down with pride.
May I say something?
Yeah.
I think that Moldon was gonna be what Chris Pratt's character is in Jurassic World, like that badass that knows the dinosaurs. You know what I mean?
He's a
but he was a little bit more smarter, I guess. Chris Pratt was.
Yeah.
Because he knew more than this guy does.
Yeah, maybe it's his son.
Maybe, dude. Maybe that. Because if you think about it, he is a clever girl. I'm just kidding. Sorry, continue.
That was dumb. So we go back to the main hall where all seems safe at last. And then big time. Grant says big time a human piece of toast. I don't know what the fuck I said. I don't know. I think I might have wrote that wrong.
I don't even remember that shit, dude.
Poor Tim looks super fucked up. And he leaves them. He's like, I'll be back. And then
The buffet.
And they had that buffet. The way they
good.
the way they eat is bomb.
Because they're starving.
They're just hungry, bro. They're grabbing down hard. And like,
You
there's a
gotta
quick
think
scene between that. You see Ellie and Grant remain. She's like, run.
Oh,
Like,
that's
all of a sudden,
right.
they hug. But then they go back to Lexi and what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say maybe it's because at this point, like we don't know, but like time has fucking went by. Like
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's
been
not
definitely
like
a while.
it's not a fucking
But
30
it was
minutes
it,
into
it was nighttime when they started
yeah.
the encounters. Well, they did fall asleep too. So
Yeah,
who
so
knows
that's
how
what I'm
many
saying.
hours
So it might have
after
been
that.
a while, yeah.
So we're back to Lex
And what the
Tim.
hell happened to fucking John Hamm's character or whatever?
John Hammond.
John Hammond, I mean,
He's still here.
yeah, but I'm just saying, like you would think he would be doing something else, you know? He's just fucking there.
He's just there. So we're back to Lex and Tim grubbing down, and I love the way they're just chowing down, bro. And then that Raptor attack for an iconic scene. But you're getting tired of me saying that, right? The kitchen sequence is a scene from Nightmares, bro. This is like straight out of a horror movie.
Yeah. He did a good job like conveying that type of like horror, honestly. Like I still got a little bit creeped out watching it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like while that's happening, like they shut the door to hide. And then we're back with like Ellie and Grant and stuff, and like Ellie just conveniently says, "Oh, everything's okay unless they figure out how to open doors." Oh, and that's when that Raptor opens the door.
Dude,
and that's when he goes, "Oh."
That's
Calls to the other Raptor.
That's what I was telling you about that, dude. That like I jumped a little bit with this scene.
You scared?
Because it's a great scene. It's like because usually especially for this movie, he didn't use a lot of like the subtleties of other movies. You know, like they'll put like, you know, they'll make it's so well directed where it's like you can't tell that that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. And then that's when that happens, and I was like, oh shit, I got scared. Even though I knew it was happening, I was like, oh fuck. It was well done. Well done. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. So yeah, they call for the other Raptor, and that's when they're stalking him, dude, like a horror icon, like a Michael Myers or some shit. Ellie tricks him with that reflection scene. Smart girl. And then we got little Tim. He has to run away with a sweet little limp. He's like, gah, gah. And that's when he traps that one in the freezer. And I love like Lex tries to help him, like, or she does help him, but she comes out screaming. She's like, ah, with their arms like flailing. Like it's hilarious. That scene just looks so stupid. So they trap him, which and then they run away, but that other Raptor is still left. So they reunite with. And why didn't the other Raptors open the freezer door for the other Raptor? Like maybe he does.
Maybe they're not that smart yet. Maybe
they're learning. They're learning every day. They're simultaneous. So they reunite with Grant and Ellie. The gang is back together. Grant and a Raptor lock eyes. Scary, because remember he's at the door trying to hold it. He's like, and then you're right, because like Hammond and Malcolm, they're all of a sudden away from them. They're
they're not there.
They're doing something different. And like, if Malcolm is truly incapable of walking, how the fuck is Hammond carrying him around? Because like he has a little cane. Bioengineering. Is that his little blood? I'm gonna inject in you.
Maybe he's part dinosaur, and later on.
So Lexi, I keep seeing Lexi. Lex gets into hacker mode and saves the day for now. She ends up locking everything. That system they use looks super weird. I don't know. Like here's the file. It's like in this little block.
Yeah,
it's like a little strange. It looks like a little game.
How can she be as smart as the freaking like that dude?
She's a hacker, bro.
I know, but
she's nerdy. She's nerdy too. So Grant calls Hammond, and then Grant's like, "Call the damn helicopters." And then Grant gets interrupted by a Raptor breaking the glass. And that's when Hammond does this line that I don't know what he says. He goes, "Duh!" Like, I don't know. He like screams like
what
weird.
if he says damn? Like
I think he is
before.
saying damn, but like he's saying it with way more like intensity.
Maybe he's like he lost his breath. You know what I mean?
But he wasn't even talking.
No, but I know, but like obviously the scare of it.
He's like,
you know what I mean? You think
or run. Run. I don't know.
What if he just what if he just says
what is
maybe he was trying to call out to
but yeah, again, like, so they make it out somehow. So the crew escapes via air vent where Lex falls and almost gets chomped. That's a scary little scene too. Some scurry shit. They exit.
There's some scurry shit.
Some scary. He's funny now. They exit and they're in the main lobby and they're like walking down like against like the hanging dinosaur bones.
Yeah.
Tim has some more close calls because he's always having some close calls.
I know why, dude. That kid. I mean,
that kid should have been dead.
Yeah, he should have been dead. A few scenes ago.
But the Raptor corners them. Whatever will they do now, Ernst? I'm scared. And then conveniently, as soon as the Raptor jumps, a T-Rex snatches it. And where the hell did he come from?
He's like, from the other island.
He just came. I know. He just came to life. Like he just. And then you can see behind him is like a little door or whatever. There's like this little entrance, but like there's no way they could have not seen that damn dinosaur. So I thought the Raptors and the Rexes were friends, but I guess they're not. So the clan escapes, and Hammond and Malcolm pull up on their car, and he's like, "Mr. Hammond, after careful consideration, I've decided not to endorse your park." And the Hammond's like, "So was I," or "So have I." So have I. So we cut to the Rex defeating raptors and another iconic scene. The king of the dinosaurs strikes again. And they're all back in the helicopter safely and soundly. Hammond takes one last look at his creation. And that sweet little Jurassic Park music, super peaceful. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. And they see the birds flying. Luckily, not the dinos. I thought it was the pterodactyls, but I think that's the second or third. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think it's the third. And then we get one last wide shot and Finn. Yes, Jurassic Park. That went quick, but
the movie is kind of quick. Honestly,
it is quick. There's not really a lot of things happening. There's there's things happening, but like it's.
What's the runtime on this movie? Do you know?
It was like 2 hours, dude.
Really? Yeah. Like so, when I was watching it, I was telling you, like I don't watch this all the time, but when I was watching it, it just kind of went by pretty quickly, and I was like, damn, this was a really good movie. So, going into that, what do you rate this movie?
Rewinded, bro. Easy money. I mean, it's a rewinded. It's a classic movie for everyone. I think you can reference this movie, and a lot of people know about it. You know what I mean?
And I agree. Yeah,
it's great. It blends horror, excitement, and informative information just all well. Like we said, like if I was watching a movie, like a documentary about dinosaurs in class, I'd be like, this is boring.
Let's watch Jurassic Park.
But if you watch Jurassic Park in class, I'd be like, this is informative and it's good. It's
yeah,
some stupid shit like that. That was a dumb
analogy about it. No, I mean, I get what you mean overall, but like going into my review of it, but like I honestly love this movie. Like I actually enjoyed it a lot. And I would definitely, I would recommend this. It's just, it's not a rewind for me because it's not one of those movies that I always think like, hey, let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. It's not one of those for me. But I do love like when this movie does come on or it like it's on TV or someone suggests it and I watch it. I always enjoy it like a lot. Yeah. But yeah, no, going back to your analogy about it, like,
and it's the best one.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the second and third. We're not going to get into that yet, at least.
Yeah, not now. But I honestly like the second and third. The third one is probably the funniest.
They're fun little popcorn flicks.
Yeah, they're a little bit more.
I think Jurassic World was good, but the second part of Jurassic World wasn't good at all.
It wasn't that great at all. No. But I mean, they're not bad. Like none of these movies are bad to watch, but they're not as good as this first one. Definitely
not as good. And we love the movie, obviously, but there's a little review here that hated this movie.
Actually, I'm excited to read this.
And I almost forgot to do this, so I just pulled it up real quick. So I didn't really do much research, but
let's go.
Let's go. We're going. So the title is "Dinosaurs Come to Life" in lifeless film. The eye-popping visual effects are the highlight of this tale of a theme park gone mad. The public's endless fascination with dinosaurs made this top moneymaker. But aside from its visual effects, the film is seemingly endless yawn fest. Character development is so basic that, except for their ages, you'd have a hard time telling the kids from the adults. Everyone except the dinosaurs are void of personality. When the creatures aren't on the screen, you're subjected to a screenplay that features dull, one-dimensional characters spouting boring dialogue. Steven Spielberg seems to have lost his ability to direct a film that grips an audience with its storytelling. And he lists a few movies from him. Duel, Jaws, Close Encounters.
Schindler's List.
If you want to see, if you want to see a film with a good story, great characters, and interesting dialogue, stay away from Jurassic Park. If special effects are your thing, then by all means watch and enjoy. This guy went totally against what we just said.
No, dude, I'm sorry. I want to say something because I'm sure you know this, but Steven Spielberg around this time he was doing Jurassic Park, and he was editing Jurassic Park, and he was also doing Schindler's List. At the same time, I believe. So it was coexisting with each other, and he would always say it's such a change of pace. Obviously it's two different completely movies. One's World War II, fucking Nazi stuff. But yeah, so I don't know that I think he's wrong, or she, whoever this is.
There's not many reviews on this movie. It's only mostly it's all good reviews.
Yeah, of course, because it's a good movie. It's a classic. It's like a Jaws, honestly. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that they have not watched Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is like a staple of a movie for any person to watch.
Definitely.
I can put this on for someone to watch, and I know they'll enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's good. I would probably show my children this movie.
Same. I don't think I'd show them right away.
Oh yeah, no.
Maybe a little bit later because it is kind of scary.
Dude.
It is pretty creepy.
It's a scary ass movie. But yeah, dude, that was Jurassic Park. Thank you again for listening. We were back for that episode. We don't know what we're doing next week yet, but we will decide. I promise you. But it won't be the sequels to Jurassic Park. So
no, not now.
around.
At least we
Not
might do that later.
now.
I kind of,
if you do get a chance, watch Pee Wee Herman Jurassic Park. It's one of the greatest things ever.
Oh, that's right. He just showed me that.
What were you gonna say?
No, you're fine. It's funny that you mentioned that because that's probably why you chose to watch this movie. Because you chose to watch Jurassic Park. You told me you're like,
I
hey,
wanted to watch Pee Wee also. We'll do that later.
Yeah, we might do Pee Wee one of these days. But actually, the next month coming up, it's just gonna be April. Yeah.
It is.
It's gonna be our month of Vince Vaughn. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, shit. You're done. You're done.
No, I'm just kidding.
So again, Quotables Cast, Twitter, on Instagram, where Ernie and I are both on there. We're tagged on those.
Yes.
I will post that picture that I mentioned earlier about that one Weird Al looking guy.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this today, and thank you again for listening. Ernie, do you have anything else you want to add to this?
No, thank you guys again for listening and tuning in. We do appreciate all the follows and
listens.
Yeah, and we definitely want you guys to. The great thing about our podcast is that you can go back on our backlog and listen to it, and there's great consistency to them. So
yeah. And if you ever want to be featured on our podcast, let us know. We will. We are totally open to that.
Definitely.
Thanks. Cue us out, Ernie. Bye.